Hello, I am Kylie Duncan, and this is my appropriate use project. It's going to cover some information about the importance of internet safety for children. Today, the internet has changed the way in which children interact with the world around them on a daily basis. Children have more access to in-depth knowledge, and more tools are available to offer new ways to explore different levels of creativity. The internet serves as a tool that provides opportunity for children to interact with people from all different parts of the world. These are just some of the internet benefits. When children have access to the internet, they're learning important educational skills. They're learning how to adapt to the new educational skills as well. So as technology continues to advance, it's really important for teachers and students to be really up to date with all of the different ways to improve educational skills. They're just going to keep on changing, so you have to keep up with all of the news and adapt our learning skills to the up-to-date skills. Children can learn how to work more efficiently on their own while also improving their research skills. The internet allows for a wider range of information instantly. So, for example, if I was the teacher and I needed to get access to the school library for my entire class to conduct a research, and it wasn't available, it would be pretty inconvenient for my daily lessons, for everything. And although people do tend to plan this, sometimes plans get a little bit thrown off. So the internet is just a tool that most often than not is more instant and more convenient. Don't get me wrong, I completely feel that children need that physical book interaction, but the internet is definitely a really great alternative. When children have access to the internet daily, they develop a better ability to access learning resources, and usually these resources serve as a purpose in their academics, so they're not just browsing to waste time, they're actually using the information that they find from these resources to better their future, to better their knowledge on a certain topic. So also, access to the internet improves creativity and motivates students to think outside of the box. This semester I've been in a lot of classrooms where children are learning all of the cool new technological ways to do things, and I can just feel the energy and I can feel the motivation that students have now, just because they're learning a whole new tool to access all of this information that generally they wouldn't be excited about. So this technology has really excited the students and makes them want to do better. Let's see. Oh, sending and receiving emails has become a really important communication method. So when children have constant access to the internet, they are able to improve their communication skills through email. I know, especially for college students, I email teachers almost every single day, or my advisor or somebody, so my communication skills have really improved via email. So that's something that the internet forces us to do, is to better those communication skills. Children aren't the only individuals who benefit from the internet. Teachers benefit from the internet in ways that they can become more flexible in allowing alterations in teaching styles with the needs of individual students. So overall, the classroom environment benefits from the use of the internet. We all know that students learn in so many unique ways, so the internet is a wonderful tool for teachers to think of new ways and to blog new ways of getting through to children with all these different learning needs. Classes can connect with other educators and other students from different schools from all different parts of the world just through the use of the internet. So this is awesome. It kind of creates a sense of diversity. It kind of crunches down those geographical boundaries because most of us don't have the opportunity to physically travel to different parts of the world. So just because of the advances of the internet, we can actually get some sense of diversity. With access to the internet, the lines of communication between educators and students, as well as educators and the students' parents, have become significantly more convenient. This kind of communication, I think, allows the ability to keep up to date with students' progress. So, since we all know that it's more common for both parents to work outside of the home, we all have our busy lives. It's hard to keep up, but through email, it's really easy to keep the communication open with our children's teachers. So I know for me, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that if I needed to just shoot my daughter's teacher an email, it could be done instantly. It's awesome, the internet. But with every pro comes a con, and even with all the positive opportunities that the internet has to offer, there are some really great risks that put children into danger every day. Some of these risks include the threat of cyberbullying, exposure to inappropriate material, even online predators, and also children revealing too much personal information. Cyberbullying is a kind of bullying that involves the use of technology such as cell phones or instant messaging through the internet, any kind of social networking website, in order to bully or harass another person. This kind of bullying affects many adolescents and teens on a really regular basis, on a daily basis. Some of the forms of cyberbullying would include sending mean messages or threatening emails by cell phone or by the use of the internet, spreading rumors online or through text messaging. That's a really popular one right now. Also, posting hurtful or threatening messages on social networking sites. With the popularity of Facebook and Twitter, this is extremely common. It's almost getting out of control. Also, stealing a person's account information just to break into their account with efforts to send damaging messages. That is happening more often. Also, pretending to be someone else online with efforts to hurt another person. This happens a lot in the middle school age category, I read. Also, people can take really unflattering pictures of a person. For example, like when people are dressing in at the end or at the beginning of gym class, and then they take that picture and they spread it with their cell phone or through the use of the internet. It's a really quick way to really hurt somebody. Some of the typical outcomes would involve actually some really potential life-threatening situations. Victims can suffer from anxiety, from depression, and sometimes even suicide. So, and nowadays we hear on the news a lot more suicides, and we'll hear it's because of cyberbullying, and it's just really awful. But it's really convenient for that bully, if you think about it, because it gives them a sense of being anonymous, and it's more it can be more direct. They have more um, courage to do it online or through a text message than they would face to face. So that's, I think, what makes it more common. Um, Here are just some statistics surrounding cyberbullying. Nearly half of our youth have experienced some form of cyberbullying, and almost 10 to 20% say that they experience it regularly. Mean and hurtful comments and spreading rumors are the most common type of cyberbullying. It affects all races. Girls and boys are just as likely to be the victim or the cyberbully. Cyberbullying victims are more likely to have low self-esteem and are more likely to consider suicide. Online predators, a lot of parents wonder, how does that work? The main goal of the online predator is to seduce their target through getting their attention, giving them affection, kindness, or even sometimes giving them gifts. They will ease young people's inhibitions by slowly introducing sexual content into their conversations or by showing them sexually explicit material. What can parents do? Internet safety is important to discuss with children who are capable of using the internet independently. It's important for parents to explain to children that communication over the internet should only be with the approved friends, and we should also explain to the children that they should only visit the sites that they are already familiar with. Parents can reduce the risk of these dangers by making sure their child takes advantage of their privacy settings on social networking sites. It's a lot to ask, but parents should pre-approve the pictures and the videos and all of the information that their child posts online. Parents should remind children to never post email addresses or phone numbers online. That can be really dangerous. Parents should also try to make the effort of making the passwords to enter these sites known throughout the household. That way, there aren't as many questions. Children should be taught not to respond to any emails requesting personal information, and also to delete any emails from unknown senders. Parents should discuss how to keep screen names and email addresses gender neutral. Also, the screen name should be appropriate and free of identity revealing information. Parents can and should really, most importantly, encourage their children to speak up right away if anything makes them feel uncomfortable, or if they just feel that they're in danger. They should really just speak out, and they need to have that trusting relationship with the parent or a teacher or some sort of adult. That way they can feel comfortable expressing themselves. The NetSmart the NetSmart's website has given advice for discussion starters. Parents can ask their children if they can take a look at what they've been posting online, or asking them what information is okay to share online. There's many different questions that can be asked to students, or I guess parents to children, just to kind of get an idea of where they're at and how they're interacting online. So I found the netsmarts.org website to be extremely informational, and it's a little bit scary, but it's better to be so much more knowledgeable about it now than to have something awful happen later. So thank you so much for watching my project about the appropriate use of the internet, and thank you.